There's the Admiral on the wheel, and she survived. Doing much better. Doing very good. That's Cat Harbor behind us. We're going around the east end of the island now, on our way to Avalon if we can get a mooring there. And it's kind of a gray morning. It's about 8:30 a.m. And as you can see, sun is just starting to pop out in a couple spots. Anyway, this will be about a 2-hour trip over to Avalon. Hope we get a mooring. And do you have anything further to add, Marlon?
No, it's just that you're going to spend money on me in Avalon. That's
all. Okay, you heard that. We are now approaching the eastern end of the island, and so this would be the end that's closest to like Laguna Beach, Dana Point, that area, Newport. And what we're looking at right here is the Palisades cliffs, basically. And this is where, if your boat's in Avalon, you anchor around the backside here during Santa Ana winds in order to be secure and safe from the northeast winds. So Marlon's down below with the dog, and we're just motoring along here. Very light winds. You can see the direction of the wind and the speed, and the depth is 270 feet here. So I'll check in when we get around the corner. We've now transited the east end of Catalina Island, as you can see. And right now what we're looking at is a rock quarry. This is an operating rock quarry that supplied most of the rock for the breakwaters in all the way from Baja California up to Santa Barbara. See the cranes off in the distance, and in fact there goes a try and zoom in here for you. There goes a tug with a barge loaded full of rock. This area is called Pebbly Beach. Yeah, it's kind of industrial. There's a power station, some other things, a boat yard, and then over there is the what used to be where the airplanes came in, the seaplanes, or aquaplanes as my wife said. And right now it's they don't use those anymore. They use helicopters. And then around the corner,
right there.
yeah, there's a helicopter. And then around, panning around, there's the classic view of the casino over there as we're approaching Avalon. Here we are in Avalon Harbor, and here's attitude adjustment all tied up. We're going to meet a bunch of people for lunch, about 7 of them. By pure coincidence, they all happen to be here at the same time. Here's the pier, and I'll show you more later. So now that we're settled in, here's a picture of the water taxi base right there. And then there's the, what is that? Sea Wolf Ocean. Oh, it's a submarine, semi-submersible tour boat. And the pier restaurant. And it's also the harbor office. Up on the hill in the distance, I'll try and zoom into it. That is the Wrigley Mansion, which is now a bed and breakfast. Then I'll zoom out a little bit. And the building with the scaffolding on it there with the kind of peaked roof, it was in, gosh, some movie, I can't remember, her TV series all the time. And they're doing a major restoration on it right now. Let's see what else is out here. Oh yeah. Let me move the camera around a little bit. And then looking ashore, where all the beach blankets are, and right next to the edge water, I'll zoom in. There's the edge water there. And the hotel with the tile roof there, that's where Marlon and I 31 years ago spent our honeymoon, and had 120 guests over here from our offices, and some people brought their boats. And let's see what else. Coming around further, that's sort of the main street of Avalon. You probably heard the chimes in the background. The Hotel Catalina back there is a great place. We've stayed there before also. And we really love these homes on the hillside here. They really have a lot of character. Some really beautiful properties there. And it's a bell tower up on the hill there that you just heard. And that was Mrs. Wrigley's gift to the island. Off in the distance, the green roof building on the water, that's the Tuna Club. That's where Hemingway and some other guys used to fish. I think that was actually around the turn of the century is when that was established. So anyway, then moving over this way, it's blocked by a lot of the boats, but you can see the casino. This is the Sand Trap in Avalon, and we're here for $1 tacos and $9 beer with our friend Charlene.
Hello.
And
A great atmosphere.
Norm. And Marlon having her, obviously she's feeling a hell of a lot better than she was a couple of days ago. And the dog just had his carnitas taco.
We bought him a taco.
So yeah. Anyway, we're having a grand old time here. If we'd known better, we would have stayed another night, but we gotta get back eventually. I'm gonna give you a little panorama of Avalon at night. Here's the pier. See the homes up the hillside there too. And the boardwalk. Avalon is 1 square mile. That's it. The rest of it is owned by the Catalina Conservancy or the Catalina Island Company. Some of it is leased. Isn't that pretty up in the hillside there? Well, now we're leaving Avalon, and off in the distance is the cruise ship and Avalon itself. And here's a little pan of the island. And we had a great time. That's sort of pretty. This is the Cat Jet Express doing 30 knots. That's one fast boat, you can tell. And we're now approaching Long Beach Harbor. That's LA off in the distance, LA Harbor. And this is, there's the port, you can see the cranes, and that's our destination. Marlon had a much better trip this trip than the way over. Ever since she was okay in the Avalon and okay in the way back. So was the dog. What appears to be an island here is actually it's an oil pumping island. The city of Long Beach made an agreement back in the early 50s or mid 50s that when these were constructed that they would make them as a resort. So they look like little islands. They become very popular. They have waterfalls and color shows at night. The ones further away aren't quite as decorated. Here we are back on the slip in Long Beach. There's the Queen Mary. And this is kind of a 360 view of our view here in the Long Beach corridor. And I can't see exactly when I'm anything in the viewfinder, so hopefully this works. And here comes Marlin. And the dog. There's the dog. There he is. There's Sailor.
He has been the good and the deed.